Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. Okay, so I'm pumping out some more videos. Today, I'm going to do the what's next on Javier Fortuna, the former 130-pound champion, coming off of a tough loss to Joseph Diaz, who made his lightweight debut, took on Fortuna. Fortuna was originally supposed to fight Ryan Garcia. Garcia, mental issues, had to pull out of that fight, and Diaz stepped in. Now, there was plenty of time to prepare for this one because Garcia pulled out a long time before, so it wasn't like it was short notice. It was a tough fight. Fortuna was very much into it, in the fight, but Diaz walked out with a close decision victory. And, and now Fortuna, the big question is, what's next for him coming off that loss? Now, he was a guy that struggled to get opponents as is. So, when you lose a fight, a big fight, there's the options, people always ask, well, what does he want to move up in weight? Fortuna did fight at 140 pounds before when he took on, I believe he took on Adrian Granados. He got injured in that fight, but it was a good toe-to-toe battle, and he was doing all right. Now, I don't know if Fortuna wants to move up to 140, but I think he should keep making a run at 135 lightweight, because this is one of the best divisions in boxing in terms of deep with talent, So let's run through the top 10, see what the options could be, heading forward, and go from there. So we'll start with number 1, the undefeated Teofimo Lopez, and undisputed champion. Fortuna, he didn't really pose a threat to fight for this belt prior to the loss. And he really doesn't now. Lopez is likely taking on Jorge Lenatis Jr. next, and then most likely Vasily Lomanchenko in the first half of next year. So I don't see any chance of Lopez and Fortuna locking horns. So not in the cards. Number 2 is Vasily Lomanchenko. Well, I heard Lomachenko is likely going to face Richard Comey next in December while he waits around for the showdown with Teofimo Lopez. It's likely going to take place in early next year. That's not 100% written in stone, though. We don't know for sure if that's going to be the case yet. But I really don't think Lomachenko is interested in this fight. Plus, it's one of those ones where Top Rank would have to work with Golden Boy or whoever to make the fight. And there's plenty of guys, like I said, like Richard Comey, that are available to fight Lomachenko, so why even go that route? It doesn't make sense for Loma, so I don't see this fight happening. Now, number 3 is the undefeated Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, if Davis wanted to move back down to 135 and take on a decent opponent, Fortuna is prime for that, but and Fortuna, I'm not sure if he's with the PBC or if he's with Golden Boy now and DAZN, but it would be a makeable fight if he's still tied with the PBC. But does Davis want to take a step back now against a guy who's coming off of a loss? He's probably not. He's probably going to take on somebody like an Isaac Cruz or somebody on that level who's more of a, in the mix right now and coming off of wins, and for sure with the PBC. So I don't see Fortuna having a chance against him either. Number 4 is the undefeated WBC interim champion, Ryan Garcia. Well, Ryan Garcia, if he's smart, he's likely going to try to make a fight with Joseph Diaz Jr. That's an all Golden Boy fight. I think a lot of people would be into it. Why not? But Garcia might want to come back and just take on whoever. Maybe he'll go after Fortuna. But I really think Ryan Garcia is not going to want to take on a guy who's coming off of a defeat. So I'm going to lean towards the no on this one. Number 5 is the WBC champion, Devin Haney. Now, the kicker about this is I wouldn't be surprised if Haney fought a guy like Fortuna. Fortuna's coming off of a close loss. If Diaz decides to go after Ryan Garcia instead, Devin Haney, his options become very limited. So why not just take on the guy who fought Joseph Diaz, take him on, and see if he's willing to dance. I think that makes a lot of sense. So I could see Haney doing that. But I think Haney, of course, is going to lean towards another direction. But I wouldn't be surprised if the fight's makeable if he made that fight. So we'll see. Number 6 in the division is number 6 at lightweight is the former 3-division world champion, Jorge Lenatis. Now, Lenatis, does he, this is a fight that almost got made last year during COVID, but because Lenatis came down with COVID, the fight got canceled. So would these guys, both coming off of tough decision losses, go after each other? I think they would, and I think they should, to be honest. If Fortuna can't land a bigger fight, I think Jorge Lenatis is a prime suspect and opponent for him. Why not go after this fight? It makes sense. Both guys coming off tough losses. It'd be a crossroads fight. Winner take all. Winner puts his foot back in the right direction towards a title fight. And why not do it? I think it makes a lot of sense. I think they should get it going. Now, number 7, I think Joseph Diaz was supposed to be number 6, but and Lenatis 7. But a rematch with Joseph Diaz, just not in the cards. I think it's too much of a risk for Diaz. He already beat him. He wouldn't fight him again. There wasn't really much controversy about the win. So I'm not sure if he would come out and fight him again. You know, it probably wouldn't make a lot of sense. So I'm going to lean towards a no on this one. I really don't think Diaz wants to fight him again. Number 8 right now is Richard Comey, the former IBF champion. Comey looks to be in line to fight Vasily Lomanchenko. He fights for top rank. I don't see this fight being possible right here. Not to say that if he doesn't get the Lomachenko fight that Comey wouldn't be interested in a guy like Fortuna, but I think, you know, Bob Arum's going to want to match Comey up against top rank fighters. And, you know, Lomachenko, there's not a bigger fight for Comey in his position right now other than Teofimo Lopez, and Lopez stopped him in 2 rounds. There's no chance of that fight. So I think this fight could be possible. And then I got Fortuna at number 9, and then number 10 is George Kambosos, the IBF number 1 contender right now. He's likely going to be fighting still Teofimo Lopez next for the undisputed title. I don't see him and Fortuna having a chance. So for Javier Fortuna, he's got a couple options. I think Jorge Lenatis is the best one. I think that's the fight he should go after. You know, but also look at a WBC title shot against Devin Haney if it's available, because I do think Haney's going to get avoided by Ryan Garcia and Joseph Diaz Jr. because I think they might fight each other. So I think Fortuna really needs to jump right back in. Don't take time off. Go right back in and go after a top 10 guy. And if you can't get that, come back and get a knockout win quick before the year is up. That way, you know, you're not hanging your head and pissed off about a close decision loss to a good fighter in Diaz. So that's it. That's the what's next on Javier Fortuna, the former junior lightweight champion of the world. I hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.